Alrighty then, guys. We are live. Uh,
It lives.
Hi, Mom.
oops. Uh, so first things first. Commander Regov,
Yep.
there is a communication waiting for you in your ready room.
And he hits the message to open it.
And on the screen pops up Admiral Hebert. Commander,
Admiral, how's it going?
going well. We are very pleased with how the Peregrines and with how the Everest handled during the most recent fleet action. I'm fairly certain you are too. I know your fighters basically got overwhelmed. I'm glad you didn't lose anybody.
There's a couple of close calls there, but to be expected.
That it is. We have had reports of a unknown warp signature coming from the Rotirius system.
The Rotirius system.
Yes, it's not far from your current position. It hasn't been surveyed yet, so we don't have a current explanation for this. However, we would, since it's an unknown warp signature, it is entirely possible that this could be a first contact situation.
Indeed.
We would like the Everest to look into it if at all possible. I know you've mainly been used for combat, but as you know, Starfleet's motto is to explore strange new worlds and all that. You know all that. But
Of course, Admiral. Yeah, we have a small science suite on board, but she'll more than get the job done in a survey sense.
all right. Uh, well, thanks again, Commander. It was a pleasure seeing your squadron in action.
It's nice hearing from you again, Admiral. I'll send my report out as soon as it is ready for you.
Thanks a lot, Commander. I'll await it with bated breath. Admiral Hebert out.
And he turns off the screen. This is Commander Regov. I need all bridge personnel and pilots to report to the briefing room in 1 hour.
All right. Uh, so that message goes out, and I'm guessing everybody shows up an hour later, or well, let's take a step back. What is everybody else doing at that time?
Dara's probably trying to think of what he can do to improve or custom. I guess just change the P-14 to better suit his no. I guess tactics. Well, no piloting.
Okay, so basically change it out a little bit to better suit his piloting skills and his combat skills.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Out of character, we can talk about that after the game.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what he's currently doing.
Okay. Uh, what is everybody else doing?
Joker's working out.
Working on what?
Working out, like,
Oh, okay, working out. Okay, cool. So you're in the gym.
And based on the announcement, I gather the support crews in the shuttle bay and say, it sounds like these birds are going to be flying here soon. Get them ready. And I'll spend my time getting everything, ready for the fighters to launch.
Okay. Go on ahead and do me a favor. Roll me a control engineering. Control or presence engineering. Let's do that. And this will be assisted by the ship's computers engineering.
Focused?
Let me look here real quick. Namar. Sure. I'll say you
Seems
gotta
like
focus.
it
Yeah,
seems like several would kind of apply in just getting everything ready.
yeah. You basically doing a diagnostic on everything. Yeah, you're good. Okay. You know what? I'll just take 2 threat for that.
Or there's something I missed.
So that's 12 threat. Because I start with 2 per player anyway, so. So you do succeed.
Well, I do have born near warp core on a complication, reroll 1 challenge die. And then ignore the effect of the complication. Basically, once successful, any further complications can't be ignored for the remainder of the scene. So I think I could reroll that die.
Yeah, and I'd get rid of 2 threat. I didn't even know that one existed.
Well, I got to roll a challenge die.
Oh, okay.
Basically, we're looking for an effect, and if it's an effect, I get to ignore the
Here.
complication.
R1d6.
Would that be an effect?
No, that would be a blank. A 5 or 6 is an effect.
Okay, so it still exists.
Okay. So you literally roll a challenge dice, see if it comes up as an effect. If it does, you negate the complication and get to re-roll it, correct?
Yep, that's right. Well, I can try it until I actually ignore a complication. You know what I mean? But you're right. The effect basically causes the complication to be ignored.
Okay.
Once I'm successful in ignoring a complication, I can't ignore any more this way, but I can continue to try.
Okay. So you do succeed. I do need a computers engineering from the ship real quick.
Can someone else grab the ship?
For the Everest?
Yeah, the Everest computers engineering. Always has.
It's bugging out for me.
I've got it.
Okay, that's why it was bugging out.
Yeah, it was bugging out because I was doing it. Okay, so you have 2 successes. You do get 2 momentum.
Who wants to be the pool?
Well, we could buy off that complication.
Yeah, you can buy off the complication if you want.
I'd suggest it. Don't need anybody
at it.
blowing up as we launch.
That's half the fun, though.
All right. Let's see here. So you do succeed. By the way, Regoff, it is 2 momentum. Everybody basically gets into action, getting everything ready. Everything seems to be all right. All of your launch systems are oiled and everything's ready to go. Yeah, you should be fine.
Then I go up to the conference room.
All right. Who else? Chishran, what are you doing? Or did you already say?
I didn't say anything, but since I don't have my call sign painted on my 14, I will be busy painting my call sign in ice blue.
Okay. And then we'll just fast forward time to the conference room. And Commander, floor is yours.
Just so you know, your microphone's like cracking and stuff.
Oh, okay. I gotta get a new one.
Gentlemen, well,
Ah!
I have summoned you here because we have a mission. The mission is to go survey and check out an unknown warp signature in the Rotirius system. Obviously, this is not what the ship is designed for. However, it still falls within Starfleet's mission set. Basically, gentlemen, we're going on a vacation type mission.
Hopefully an actual vacation mission and not one that turns out horribly, horribly wrong.
Indeed.
It's near your eyes, eye.
Okay, foreshadow McGay.
Senior Chief, how are the fighters doing? Are they all set to go?
Prepped and ready.
Very good. Yeah, the information on the system is on your screens, as you can see, and he swipes his hand and they all get the information. Go ahead and look that over and ask any questions if you have any.
So what is it that we see besides it's a warp signature?
Basically, all you see is unknown warp signature. It's an unexplored system, and there's not much else there.
Anything near it of note? You know, is it near another system or on the fringes of space? You know, the known space.
Give me a second. It's basically on the fringes of what has already been explored. It's just literally outside that. Sorry, I'm opening up my core
we were
here.
Well, we were at Narendra 3, right? And now we're into the Shackleton Expanse.
Narendra is in the Shackleton Expanse.
Yeah, and we've gone into the Expanse itself, right?
Yeah, you've gone into the Expanse itself, and this is all happening while you're out. Sorry, I'm looking for different class stars real quick.
Well, I think this will be fun to actually go where no one's gone yet.
Absolutely. It's kind of intriguing me thinking about it.
I would like to take a look at the warp signature that you mentioned. Is there anything unique about it? Why is it of note?
Okay.
It's unidentified, apparently.
Yeah, but is there something unusual about the signature, or is it a huge power source?
Roll me a Reason Engineering difficulty 2.
Again, with the complication.
You can roll your challenge dice if you want. Well, that is an effect, which means you can re-roll that 0.
No, it's ignored. That's
it's
what it
ignored?
means.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can't ignore any others for the remainder of the scene.
Okay, yeah. So
one success, no complication.
Right. I would have to say It's similar to a Klingon warp drive, but there have been modifications to it that you can't identify.
Gentlemen, note it has a Klingon signature or something similar to it. Is it near? Does this happen to be near Klingon space?
More like just
Well,
outside.
I'm asking
Oh.
the question to Commander Rega.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just outside the Klingon space. There possibly be the Klingons doing exactly what we're doing, based off of your analysis.
Are the readings unstable or something, or like the signature is in distress? I'm not talking about a distress signature or signal. Just is the warp field destabilizing or something like that?
Are you asking me or the GM?
Sorry, GM.
There's nothing to indicate that it is unstable or anything like that.
Is it moving?
By the way, I gave that information to you for free.
Oh, that's true.
Normally it would be a momentum spend. I just gave it to you.
I'll try to track it then for a few minutes, while the discussion continues.
Okay, that would be a little bit of a different role. You might have to get in contact with a science officer to do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Have the bridge do it.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
I did manage to finish my NPC, by the way.
Okay. You guys go on ahead and continue role playing. I will roll for one of the NPCs and figure out what they know.
So the signature just came out of nowhere, huh?
Evidently, it came up within the last day, and Starfleet's very interested in it.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious about it myself. I mean, you think there would be many warp signatures being picked up by our sensors or Starfleet.
Isn't this usually a job for like the Kismet or the Hadfield, or and Joker's gonna slump in his chair?
We can't all all missions can't just be go in, shoot everything, leave.
I'll take your bet.
That's part of the gig of being in Starfleet, gentlemen.
Okay, Commander, one of the science officers on the bridge comes back and says, it appears that the warp signature is moving just within system. It's like it's a brand new group that is just coming into warp technology. But still, this is just weird. I don't know why it's got a Klingon type signature to it.
Interesting. All right, go ahead, set course, warp factor 7.
Aye, sir.
Maybe it's a race the Klingons have encountered, and they just started, borrowing some design ideas.
Or possibly somehow that system has gained technology from the Klingons in a crash ship or something like that. And now they've reversed engineered it to generate their own low warp vessel.
The Klingons could also be seeking to expand their territory as well by making deals with outlying races.
Or possibly also it could be someone that has acquired some Klingon chips and may have made some creative modifications to them.
This is my first time in the Expanse. Are the Orions known to get this far, Commander?
The Ryans are known to be all throughout the sector.
You've got one standing right next to you.
You see Regev look at Joker, like saying no with his eyes.
I was literally fixing to say nobody knows that he is a former Orion, a syndicate member.
Well, I think Dar would have looked into some of the files, but depending on what would have been available.
Okay.
He's not Orion species, though.
No,
right?
he's not Orion species, no.
So would Regev know? Like, because he knows his pilots pretty well.
Regov would probably know, yeah. But
I think Joker and Regov had a conversation about it a couple weeks back.
okay. Yeah.
So Regev speaks up. Joker, this isn't the time to joke around. I know you're bored with this mission. It's not the time or the place. Do you understand?
Aye, sir.
And gentlemen, as far as your theories go, I think it's all good possibility, but we won't know until we get there in 10 hours. Or out of character, however long it takes.
10 hours
Yep,
is fine.
and we won't know until we get there, one way or the other.
In the meantime, be prepared to launch your fighters. I don't know if this is a hostile situation or not, but we're going to start out probing the system and seeing what information we can gather before we send anyone outside the ship.
Commander, there was something strange that happened to the fighters last night. When I came into the bay this morning, Joker's fighter was pink once.
You see Regev suppress laugh.
Out of character, if he goes down and takes a look, it's not actually.
No. You see Regev like suppressing a laugh, and he's like, "Interesting."
Wait, hold up, what?
I'm just trying to get a reaction out of Joker.
No, I know that's his reaction.
Dar just grins and also tries to chuckle.
He's the only one lower rank of me that I can joke with. So.
All right, gentlemen. If you don't have any questions, you are free to go until a couple hours before the mission.
Yes, sir. Guess I'll head back and play around with my P4.
Joker's gonna run straight to the hangar bay.
I'm gonna go catch some sleep.
I want to make sure my paint job's dried off and no one else has messed with it.
Okay. So basically, we'll go on ahead and fast forward to the next area. This will be a scene change, so you guys will go down one momentum.
Insert Mario getting hit sound.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm outside.
Outside where?
In my place.
Okay, then say you're in your place, not outside.
Okay.
So, since Mom's not present,
Once the time's appropriate, I'll head down to the bed.
why is it you didn't want to go?
Okay, so Regev will be on the bridge.
Because I didn't have a lot of time. I'm currently actually in the middle of my game.
Dar will also be in the hangar bay as well.
I think the GM's fixing his mic.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
So, Dar, you're in the hangar bay?
Yes.
You're gonna hear Joker
Okay.
yell,
Sorry.
He lied to me.
When's your game last today?
I'll be done around
Of course
4.
he was.
and then I've got
What do you
another one at
expect?
6.
Hank just doesn't magically come back like that.
Have you checked on your laundry?
I have not yet.
Listen,
Okay, when will you be doing so?
all I know is
soon
I
as this
come
is
back
done.
from mission, it's pink. I
Before?
leave it for a day.
If
I
not before.
don't doubt that it's pink again. I don't trust any of y'all.
I know, but you can't come in and get your laundry with your headphones on?
Not since I'm recording it and streaming it. I have to stay at my. I can only do it from my
The
laptop.
GM died.
No, sorry, I just had a phone call come in.
Alright, bye.
All right,
Mutiny.
All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry. So, you guys, let me do this. Oh, where is it? Here we go. You guys have already gone to warp, and here is your warp exit at the system. Let me use this one, actually. This one's better. And go on ahead and tell me what you guys want to do.
Regev looks over to the person at Ops. What do we got?
Aye, sir, running a scan now. Give me a second. And they run a scan. And the ship. Sensor science. You guys get 2 momentum. It appears to be a G-type star with 7 planets in the system. One of them being M-class. It appears to be where the warp signature originates.
All right, take us in closer for a better read.
Aye, sir. And as you guys get closer and closer, who is at the security console?
I think it'd be an NPC because Dora's already in Hangar Bay, like waiting to, if the need or to deploy arises.
Okay, but this goes off. Captain, we're being hailed.
Open frequency.
And the channel opens, and on screen is this. It looks humanoid at the moment. And it looks like the easiest way for me to describe it is half human, half Klingon, but with like an equal mix of that. Not like Worf, who is basically full Klingon, but it's more like
Balana?
yeah, more like B'Elanna.
Yeah, his mate basically. Worf.
No, that wasn't Worf's mate. B'Elanna is Voyager.
Well, half Klingon anyways.
Yeah. But it looks like B'Elanna in a way in racial traits.
Greetings from the Federation. Notice that you guys recently have become a spacefaring people.
Ah, the Federation. We've heard a lot about you. It's been a while. Most of our descendants were human. I mean, it's or most of our
Human.
ancestors, my bad.
I wasn't aware that we had a colony out here this far.
Oh, the ship we were on was attacked, and we went down. We've had to rebuild our technology from scratch. The warp drive on the Denon, uh, according to what our ancestors say, was completely destroyed.
The Denon, huh?
Yeah,
I'd love to come.
Sorry.
I'd love to come down and discuss this further with you.
Of course. We'll make the necessary preparations.
And as well, I'm sure my chief engineer would love to see your ship design.
No one has walked in the Denon for many years.
Oh,
It has become a holy place.
I see. I was referring to your new design. I wasn't aware that your ship survived.
Oh, that. Well, currently our ship is around the 7th planet in the system. They should be back tomorrow.
Oh, nonsense. We can go meet him.
Why, thank you, Commander.
With her blessing, of course. Would you like to come aboard our ship?
Sure, it's been a long time since I've seen anything that was far more advanced than us.
Well, seeing as you're a mix between possibly two peoples, I view it as our duty to you.
Thanks, Commander. I'll get some things together.
Very well. Just send up coordinates when you're ready.
Of course.
And Ragov hit his comm badge. Pilots, go ahead, stand down. Be on the ready, though. These people appear friendly. They appear, just by the way they look, to be half human, half Klingon.
Interesting. That would make sense since they are so close to Klingon space.
And apparently they were on board the colony ship Denon when they got attacked and they crash landed here. Well, not crash landed. They lost their warp capability, and they decided to settle here.
So would we? So you don't need to be waiting to go anywhere.
Just stand by in the pilot ready room. And if any of you have engineering skills, like the senior chief, we'll need you, as well as anyone with anyone that would like to come along to meet the new race is welcome. Just go ahead and head over to the bridge.
Head to the bridge.
Dar will also head to the bridge.
Heading to the bridge.
Heading to the bridge, Commander.
Okay, so then we'll have the co-pilots ready in the ready room, and that would enable us to put out half the fighters at a moment's notice if needed.
Okay. So the transporter room contacts you, Commander, and says, Commander, we've got the coordinates. We're ready to transport on your order.
All right, go ahead and directly transport to the bridge.
You sure, sir?
Yes, it's fine.
All right. Transporting directly to the bridge. This is going to require a roll real quick. Where is...
Character, you know, my first posting was as a transporter chief.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And need to do one more piece. Yep, you get
Nice.
one momentum, and she materializes on the bridge.
Rigo stands up. On behalf of the Federation, I welcome you to the USS Everest, and he extends his hand.
She'll take it cautiously and shake it, look around. It's a lot bigger than I remember ships being. Or, not remember, but than ships that I've seen on board the Denon.
So out of character, while Rego was waiting for the coordinates, he was like looking up the Denon's history. So
Okay.
approximately how long ago did that ship go missing and stuff?
The ship went missing approximately 300 years ago.
Yes, we've come a long way in 300 years.
Oh, it's amazing.
Could you tell my NPC at Ops the coordinates of your ship in the system, please?
Oh, of course, just head for the 7th planet in the system. If they followed a standard flight path, then they should be on the other side of it by now.
Very well, Helm, take us to the planet.
and you guys head towards the planet. You'll be there in 30 minutes. Is there anything you want to do during that time?
Yeah, I can show her around, introduce her to my pilots, and what did you say her name was again?
I didn't.
So I can repeat that.
Yeah.
I apologize about my rudeness. I am Commander Regov, the captain of this vessel.
Ah.
These are my officers, and he names off the NPC staff bridge, and then he goes to the pilots. This is Lieutenant Anex Shashran, Lieutenant Junior Grade Halas Dar, Lieutenant Junior Grade Kalem Tabin. Sorry, that's you.
Yeah.
Let's pretend I didn't say that. Senior Chief Specialist Namar and Petty Officer Christoph Makarov. And I'm assuming Lieutenant Commander Bordick is sick or something.
Yeah, he's probably in sick bay right now. Came down with some terrible food poisoning or something.
He wanted to try some of the ale.
So she'll look him over and go, basically scanning and go, I don't recognize your two, and she points at Chishran and Dar and goes, your two races.
Well, I'm a Tellarite. I'm a Tellarite.
And I am a Andorian. We live pretty close to these Earthlings, system-wide.
Ah. And she looks at Dar and goes, Tellarite, huh?
Yep.
Neither one of them has anything on the Bolians, and I give a big smile.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Namar. I completely forgot you were a Bolian. She looks at the Tellarite and goes, ever tell her wrong?
I like her. I like her.
Dar blinks, and then this is one of those Earth jokes, isn't it?
Joker's just like, I like her. She can stack.
Shrane's antennas would be interesting.
Okay. So, but basically you guys introduce yourselves, you get through all the pleasantries. And while that's going on, there is, where is it? Your person at Ops looks at you and goes, Commander, we're getting a distress call from around the 7th planet.
Maximum impulse. Answer the distress call.
And basically, it's just simply an automated distress call. Keep in mind, I don't have many names for these people in my mind. I'm just making them up as I go. And it's a female voice that comes over just audio. And it goes, this is Commander Hiroshi Yamato of the ship Beelzebub. We are under attack by unknown raiders. Request immediate assistance.
Regov gives a look to the pilots, and basically they know what to do.
Well, Joker, looks like you got your wish. We get to fly in and shoot something.
Oh, hell yes. And Joker's gonna race them down there.
Okay.
Commander, I'd like to head to the transporter room, and then, if I'm needed, go to the fighter. I might be able to get them off the ship and destroy.
Very well. Go ahead.
I assume it's a small craft. By that I mean not a very big ship.
Yeah, it's probably about the same size as the Everest.
Okay. So I'll head down to the transporter room. If you need me, let me.
Jacob looks over to tactical. Red alert.
Aye, Commander. And the red alert sounds.
So I'm going to keep open comms with Regov because he's taking off, and I'll also keep touch with the bridge so that I'm aware of what's going on.
Okay.
I'm staying on the bridge on this one.
All right. Toolbox. Sorry, I'm setting this up right now. And that's it for that.
I think we have a couple minutes before we actually get engaged, so I look at the ops. Is the ship got shields? Can you tell me about its configuration?
The current ship looks like it does have some shields. That's weird. And as you guys are getting closer, it looks more and more like the look of it is more and more like a Burrell class bird of prey.
The ship that's in distress or the ship that's attacking?
The ship that's in distress. It looks more and more like a Burrell class bird of prey. That would explain the warp drive signature.
Right.
That's why
okay.
it's distinctly Klingon in nature, but there's heavy modifications to it.
Okay.
Tactical, how many fighters? Enemy marauders.
Just one, Captain. It appears to be a Orion Interceptor.
I just got back and Orion Interceptor.
Very well. Pilots, as soon as you're ready, you have permission to launch and engage.
Alright, so you guys are going to go on ahead and launch from here. And this is what it's going to look like. That one, give me a second, I gotta do a little bit more to it. That one is that. That one is...
Regov, you might want to bring up the ship so it's handy.
Yeah, I got it.
I love how every time Everest is on the map, for some reason, it's the only ship I can control.
This should actually change in just a moment. Give me a second. And... Hammer Fist.
There we go.
Yeah, you should be able to control one of them at least. I'll show you guys the names, and this should be the ship that you can control.
I'm not in toolbox right now.
There. You should see a token on the lower right hand side that says toolbox.
You could just say that another co-pilot took your spot or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I generated my supporting PC. She could be piloting.
Right, okay. So...
Because he's in the, transporter room?
I am, yeah.
Alright, let me pop you one more over. So there's a good gap there. So this right here is the Orion Interceptor. And right now, even though it looks like a Burrell-class bird of prey, and it does have shields, it doesn't have any weapons.
All right, well, we will engage the Orion fighter.
Alright, so he wants to lead the charge. I was asking who wanted to go first and
Oh, yeah.
attacking it.
So who does want to go first? Is a good
Also,
question.
since you guys launched and you're behind the ship will fire the phasers real fast.
Okay.
So which NPC character is that tactical, or do you want me to RP it and just kind of?
Give me a second.
The other thing we'd probably be checking for is just how bad a shape the bird of prey is in. We'll just call it that.
Okay, yeah. So that would require a roll of someone on the ship. Namar, since you're still on the ship, could say it's you.
Yeah, not on the bridge though.
Well, you could be if you wanted to be.
Okay, that's fine. Well, which kind of roll?
It would be a reason engineering assisted by the ship's sensors engineering.
Someone could do the shot.
I got it.
Okay, yeah, you guys are capped on momentum. You have 2 more floating.
Boy, I like those complications. I'll roll again. It's a new scene.
You didn't roll a complication.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, so what appears to be a Klingon bird of prey shows heavy damage to the structure. Most of it is impact damage from not from weapons fire, from other things. There's a little bit of weapon scoring. It appears like their shields are failing. And their engines are currently operating at 50% capacity.
Okay, Helm, put us in between us and the fighter, or in between the friendly and the fighter. Tactical, fire at will.
Okay. So that would require 2 different turns of the Everest, which since it is scale 4.
Well, I'll just, for RP reasons, I'll just move for now, I guess. And
Okay. Well, if I remember correctly, you still have quick to action, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so if you wanted to, you could do both of those actions this turn.
Yep, I'll do that. Move in between and fire, weaken their shield a bit before the fighters open up on them.
Okay. So I'll go on ahead and say it's a maneuver check. It puts you like right here, heading in. since that, let me swap this. Oop, not that button. Let me swap this to that. Weapons security.
My internet's currently messed up at the moment, so yeah, I can't really do anything.
Okay. You guys do hit.
We'll use momentum to do extra piercing.
Okay. You do have versatile too. You can re-roll 5 challenge dice if you want.
Yep, we'll do that.
Okay, so you're down to versatile 1. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 damage. Where is that? Resistance, that, yeah, so 8 damage. I need to roll. Where is that? It must not be. Okay. Yep. Alright, so, yeah. We're good.
Cool, and that'll be it for the Everest for now.
Okay, next will be the Burrell. They are going to do a check. They will succeed at it, and they will do a maneuver away. That will be their turn. The Orion Interceptor, seeing this new ship appear coming at them, they will. Ooh, did I mess up over here? No, okay. They will miss with their shot. And who wants to go first? Do you reg off on the Everest, giving orders to NPCs, having them carry it out, or because basically the Everest is a support vessel, it's basically an NPC vessel that I'm playing by NPC rules, but I'm letting you control. And then, or or one of the fighter pilots.
One of the fighters.
Anybody mind if I go?
Go for it.
Okay, so that's Joker.
What's my distance from the
Your distance. Medium.
P14s are good for short.
Yeah.
how far back do I have to be to go long?
When you do that, it's a straight kilometer. Anything over 1.5 is extreme. Anything under 5 is close.
I'm going to maneuver back to go longer.
Okay. So you're gonna pull back to.
If you're thinking of using torpedoes, you can use them at even medium.
You can use them in medium. It's just an increased difficulty.
Oh wait, for what I'm doing. Okay, one sec. Yeah, I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna use my torpedoes, and I'm gonna give you a threat.
Okay. So it'll be a difficulty 4 since you're firing torpedoes. I get 2 more threat. So going ahead and roll.
Can use momentum if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use a momentum and use a threat.
Okay. It'll be 2 momentum to roll an extra dice for that, or it's 1 momentum and 2 threat.
It's a 2 momentum and 1 threat.
Okay.
I'm just saying, or just float.
So what do you want to do, Joker?
Guys, I'll use the 2 momentum if you guys, or would you rather me use 2 threat and 1 momentum?
Since you already gave him threat, we can just use the momentum. You might get a crit and get some back anyway, so we'll see.
Yeah, alright.
Do you have daring pilot or anything? That'd be a reason to use
I have bold security.
Okay, yeah, you
And
get to roll.
then you want to use
He gave me 1 threat, which gives him his reroll.
Yep.
So roll 4 dice and roll me a weapon security for your ship.
I love what Joker's depend about.
Oh, where is there? Your ship only rolls 1, but you still get 4, so you do hit. Roll me damage for micro torpedoes. Hello.
Hey, look, it's Thor roll.
Joker's fulfilling a vendetta against these Orions.
8. That's 3 breaches. Hold on. Give me a second.
And I have momentum to use for piercing and extra damage, don't I?
Hold on. You can, but it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter because that's 4 breaches on it and it goes kaboom.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nice shot.
Sniper.
Since I'm on the bridge, this is Namar. I'll say, Commander, permission to take a damage control team over to the
Granted.
Alright, so next new policy is in Orion to recruit it. We can all just stay on the.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
You're roboting out.
New policy. We're dealing with an Orion raider. Just let Joker go and deal with it, and then we can stay on the ship.
I still don't understand.
Basically, he's saying that if they're dealing with an Orion raider, just send Joker out there. He'll take care of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but as it happens, you guys actually on board the ship. I'll say her name is Suzanne, just for simplicity's sake. Looks at you and goes, "That ship has been tormenting our vessels for months now. Every time we launch a vessel, they just shoot it back down. I don't know why."
Are they? Do you have any deals with the Orions?
No, we've got no deals. It just It's crazy.
Are you refusing to pay the security fee that they offer you?
Security fee?
It's an it's something that the Ryans do. They try to get you to pay into their protection, but they're really just exploiting your society for money. And if you're not paying that, then they could see it as a reason to attack you.
As far as I know, we have had no dealings with Orions.
Interesting.
Except for a slight communication the first time we launched it, but they were speaking a language we did not understand.
Do you have a recording of this message?
It'd be back in the archives, but yeah, I could probably access them from here.
Very well. Would you require any assistance in repairing your ship? I have a team standing by.
Sure. It's probably more familiar to you than some of it is to us. Some of it is just hobbled together parts from vessels that have been shot down on the planet.
I'll send him over immediately. Senior Chief, you have a go.
Could you and I'm gonna call her Suzanne, contact the ship and let them know we're coming? That way we don't get a warm.
Well, that's who I thought I was talking to. Susan's a different. Was Susan the person on the bridge or the person on the ship?
Suzanne on the bridge.
No, Suzanne was on the bridge.
Oh, okay. Hail the vessel. Rego was talking to ops.
On screen, sir.
Greetings. I am Commander Rego from the Federation. I've met Susan here. She's been telling me about your people. Do you require any assistance? I have a team standing by.
And the captain literally glares at Susan like she did something wrong and cuts the transmission.
What's that about, Susan?
Well, let's just say I have a different outlook on extraterrestrial life than most of my people.
How so? And as he says that, he welcomes her and anyone that wants to join them into the briefing room.
Basically, my people... The easiest way to say it that you would probably understand is most of my people are xenophobes. I, however, was curious and did research on how we came to be on the planet and became more interested in the stars and wondering how things were going to turn out.
Does the holy site Denon have any archives on board?
A few. Most of them, however, have been destroyed or corrupted by our ancestors.
Uh, I'd be most interested into knowing the history of your people, what's recorded, and what they believe in. Like, you say your people are xenophobes. What do they think? Like, what are their core beliefs?
Most of them believe that any outside life is a threat to our way of life. Before we had left, the Vulcans had shown up on Earth, and our ancestors didn't like the fact that they were getting involved with us and didn't trust them. And so we figured the best way was to find a new place to survive.
Regev hits his comm badge. Chief Medical Officer Horace, please report to the conference room.
Aye, sir. And yeah, your medical officer, sir, shows up a little bit later.
With your permission, I'd like to have my medical officer run a physical on you. Is that acceptable?
Of course.
So it's most curious that a people that originated from Earth that were xenophobic are now, if you forgive me, they appear to be half Klingon, half human.
Okay. I probably forgot to mention this earlier, but when you contacted the other ship, they appeared to be full human.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to mention that earlier because it was quick and it slipped my mind. I'm sorry.
All good.
That
puts a different perspective on it now.
Yeah, so she'll literally look at you and go, "My mother was human. My father was not."
Yes, I gathered as much. And is the medical officer there, or?
Oh yeah, he's there.
Okay, I assume he's doing this stuff.
Yeah, he's already done it. He literally just nods at you.
Okay, so go ahead and let us know what you found, Doc.
Not much. According to this, she is half human, half Klingon.
As suspected. So how many Klingons are in your world?
Just one.
Just one, huh? Interesting. So I'm assuming, based off of this Klingon warbird crashed on your world and your people were able to repair it. How am I doing so far?
You're fairly close.
Your mother probably nursed your father back into health. They fell in love, and you were born.
Yeah.
Okay. So why is it that they don't like you? Is it just because you're half Klingon, or is it something else?
They don't like me basically because I am half Klingon. I am the physical reminder of my mother's misdeeds.
And Regev looks around the table. Gentlemen, do you have any input on this?
If no one else speaks up, I'll say I think you got it correct, Commander. I believe they shot down a bird of prey and basically have reversed engineered it, jerry rigged it so that they could fly it. To what purpose? I don't know. It doesn't have any weapons on it. Game Master, were the weapon systems offline or doesn't have any weapon?
The weapon systems were not installed. It appears that they had been, if they used the crashed ship, stripped out or just never put in.
But the base ship or base frame was a Klingon bird of prey.
Yes.
Ask Susan, so why would they venture out this far in a ship if they don't want to meet anybody?
So we could understand more of our system. We've been confined to one spot for so long. We're trying to just get our feet wet, kind of, as you would say, in exploration. We're more explorers. We're not a warfaring race. We want to see what's out there, the wonders of the galaxy, but according to the government, we're not going to welcome any other race into our borders. Basically, they were trying to see if anything else was here.
I nod. Okay. Thinking.
So Earth split group goes out into space, wants to explore everything, and ignore the other life forms that exist in it.
Yeah. Not make contact, just find out if we've got what the government calls cleansing to do.
It's rather difficult to cleanse anything without any weapons.
I know that.
But yes, I follow what you meant. Hopefully they did not will not evolve into that point. In any case, I think I have more information that I needed. If anyone has anything else, go ahead and ask now. If not, I'm going to try to get a hold of the other ship again.
I think that's the best course of action.
I concur.
Alright, so Commander, you're going to try and get a hold of the other ship?
Yep. It goes back to the bridge with Susan and the crew. Open hailing frequencies.
Aye, sir. Hailing frequencies open.
This is Commander Regov of the Federation starship USS Everest. Please answer our hail.
And after a few seconds, the woman's face appears on screen.
Captain, I understand that your people originated from Earth.
Yes, we did.
We are also from Earth. How much do you know about the Federation?
Nothing. When our ancestors left, the Federation didn't even exist.
Well, we are of the same peoples. Your ancestors left Earth because they didn't agree with our point of view with the universe. We are also explorers. As you can see, we are also very trained in the ways of combat.
True. But still, Earth has been polluted by many different species. I see 3 different ones on your bridge right now.
Yes, their individual differences combines into the whole, and we gain strength overall. That is the strength in diversity.
Commander, I want you to roll me a presence command. Difficulty will be 3.
Go ahead and burn a momentum if you want to.
I think I'll do that. Composure for focus.
No.
Intimidation. Just joking.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
Ouch.
I got two of 3.
Yeah, I'll let you succeed at cost.
Well, that was Regov being polite. He can heat it up a bit.
Okay. If you don't want to succeed at cost, that's fine by me. She'll look at you and just go, diversity is strength? Strength is in numbers.
If that were true, then how did we survive our last encounter? Were you aware of that fleet action? Have you seen the activity that is going around? Do you know how many thousands of ships we faced? And here I am.
We have not been out of our system. We know nothing of what goes on around us.
Of course you don't. Do you know how the Federation has spread so fast? Through diversity. It's through diversity that we learned the many different secrets that gave us all these wondrous technologies to allow us to come and rescue you just in time.
And yet still, it was 5 ships against 1.
5 ships designed by engineers of different races against 1.
You can
And,
you can go on ahead and roll me another command presence if you want.
okay, and I'll spend another momentum.
Difficulty is still 3. However, I am going to spend 2 momentum and increase the complication range to 2.
Do I put that on my sheet? Because I
Yeah.
have it. Okay.
So I increased complication range, just set that at 2.
Can I offset that with determination at all?
If you use determination, you can roll 2 more. It's basically an automatic 2 successes. You can gain 3 momentum, or you can re-roll. But there is not an offset that just negates the complication range.
Okay, I'll use it for re-roll. So basically, the determination is leads by example. He's trying to teach this captain the ways of diversity.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll let you do that. That'll be, since you're using it before you roll, that'll be an automatic 2.
And I'll just roll the 2, and since I have the re-roll for it, I can.
Your
Oh, wait, no.
determination counts as 2 successes already.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's what I use it for. All right, I am going to keep the momentum then.
Okay. Well, you did get the success on your first one, so you do manage to talk her down. She seems a little bit more understanding. She seems understanding, not as upset, but not fully convinced that your way is the right way.
Well, Captain, let me prove it to you. I can send over my senior chief. He knows a lot about repairing ships. Is that acceptable?
An alien on board my ship.
He is one of the best engineers that I've known in the entirety of Starfleet, and I've only just recently gotten him. He just got here and he's completely changed the way that my fighters are taken care of, and you've seen how good they are in combat.
Of course I have.
With a nice warm smile, I'll look at the main screen and say to the captain over there, "Please let me help you."
All right. She'll look at you and go, while basically looking at Suzanne.
I'm trying to use my disarming, bullying type gregarious.
Okay. Yeah. She'll look at now I forget her name.
Suzanne?
Yeah, Suzanne.
Yep.
She'll look at Suzanne and just be like, I could get into a lot of trouble letting an alien on board this ship.
Captain, I'm sure it'll be all right. Seeing as the ship was derived from alien technology.
Alright, fine. But only one person. And only the engines.
Very well, I'll send him right over. Thank you for allowing this, Captain.
And she just cuts the transmission.
Senior Chief, you know, Sorry.
Did you want to say something else, Commander?
Yeah, he was like in mid sentence and he was thinking about something. Looks back over to you.
I will be on my best behavior. Another big smile.
That, and to be careful. Do not let them try to capture or try to do anything to you. And if they do, make sure you're on open comms the whole time.
Well, I had planned not to take any weapons with me to show them that I'm not a threat.
That's fine. Just make sure that your comm badge is in open frequency.
Okay. Okay, Game Master, I have a trait or a talent called Right Tool for the Right Job.
Okay.
All right. Whenever you acquire an engineering tool with an opportunity cost, it grants you an advantage if it did not originally do so, or increases the advantage it provides by one step. So I got my engineering tool. I'm just wondering, thinking to myself, what else do I need to maybe address some issues with Klingon warp core or Klingon engines? So I'm going to head to engineering and pick up appropriate tools. So do you want to look through the list or something to something that might provide me an advantage or double advantage? Like a huge spanner so I can bang on the Klingon engine core?
So basically, what I'll say is, you take your standard toolkit, because there's not much, wrong over there.
Yeah, the idea is I'm just trying to gain an advantage.
Yeah, which I'll just give to you flat out. Basically, you go by engineering, you grab your toolkit,
Yeah, and anything
and
else.
then you think for a minute.
This is Klingon technology. I better maybe take this or that.
Yeah, I might need to take this or that, and because you have that tool, I'll give you the advantage.
Okay, so I head down to the transporter room and tell the commander, go ahead and notify them that I'm going to beam aboard.
All right, I'll let them know. Open hailing frequencies.
Frequencies open.
Captain, my engineer is ready for transport.
And with the...
Now, I assume we're doing the transporting. I don't even know if theirs are working.
Yeah, you're definitely doing the transporting. And she just nods.
Okay, so I would have said, we're ready to beam over our engineer.
Okay, and she just nods.
And I leave my comm open as I beam over.
Alright, let me grab this here. Click, click, and where is it? There. And you materialize in what appears to be the Klingon version of a transporter, but it doesn't have the consistent red of a Klingon transporter. As a matter of fact, all that appeared was the standard Federation blue. Their transporters are offline.
Okay. I assume somebody there's to greet me, so I'll just greet whoever's there. Hello, I am Senior Chief Namar. I am engineer aboard the USS Everest, and I'm here to help you with your warp core and any other damage that might be holding you.
And the captain is there looking at you and just looks at you and goes, engines only.
Understood. I'll let you lead me to your engine room.
Alright. You get there. Roll me a control engineering difficulty 2. And then I'll roll.
I'm gonna spend that 1 momentum.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to roll my.
Okay. That is
So
5
we get
successes. That's 3 momentum.
back. Yep.
Yeah. You get the engines online, running up to full capacity. There's still a ton of structure damage, but nothing is compromising. Nothing that'll prevent them from getting back to the planet.
Okay, I'll take some, as I'm working on it, a little bit of chit chat and explain. I see. Okay. I assume it's a mix of Federation Klingon technology again.
Yeah, it's kind
Or-
of the two. It's kind of the two blended together, but it's predominantly Klingon. A lot of the Federation stuff is all outdated, big time.
So I'll make some general, I see the problem. Okay, your EPS conduit is leaking here a little bit, and your dilithium matrix is a little out of focus. Not a problem. You've done well to bring this ship up from service or back into service. I understood it was a derelict a little bit.
And the guy who's just watching you just ignores you.
Yeah, it's a good thing Dar is not doing this. He'd be very uncomfortable just because he knows that they don't want him there and he doesn't.
Okay, and I'll just say to the engineer, I suggest you just perform a low-level systems diagnostic before you engage your warp, and basically make sure everything's ready to go. And then I will pretend to tap my comm badge because I already know it's open, and I'll say, Commander Ragov, the system has been repaired. Their engines are back up.
Very well.
They're not a very friendly sort over here, and I'll grin at the engineer.
All right, just let us know when you're ready to beam over.
Sorry, someone's breaking up. Is that someone trying to say?
It's the GM. His mic is messed.
Yeah. My mic is being stupid. It's messed up.
Dar, fix his mic.
Is the commander is the captain of this ship in engineering?
No.
Okay, then I'll ask the engineer. Could you please take me to your captain, and we can conclude.
He'll look at you and just, like, under his breath, go, fine. And he'll lead you to the captain.
Now my comms are still open, so.
Yeah.
So once we reach the captain, I'll say, yeah, your engines had a couple minor difficulties that needed to be sorted out. They should be in good shape. I suggested to your engineer that they perform a diagnostic before you go to warp. You have quite a few other problems on this ship, though. Possibly we could be of further assistance.
We'll take care of them ourselves.
Well, okay, GM question.
Mhm.
transporter technology is not necessarily they're really familiar with, right?
Correct.
Okay, and I'll again tap my badge and say, Commander, I'm here with the captain, and I've spoken to him. It's up to you two. Or spoken to her.
So that's me to do what? You broke out there.
I think he's asking for a teleport back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up to you to. If you want to talk to the captain any further while I'm here, do it.
Oh, you're breaking up there.
If you want to talk to the captain of the other vessel, he's there with her now.
Oh, no. I got that. It was just your mic was like really loud, and it sound like someone was dragging a mic on the floor or something. Is what it sounds like.
No, it's this stupid mic. Sorry.
Captain, we appreciate you affording us this opportunity to show you that it is possible to have a crew of other, than people other than just humans on board your vessel. And with your permission, we'd like to escort you back to your planet and meet with your leaders.
I'm not entirely sure that would be a good idea, Commander. The very fact that you have Suzanne on board tells me you've already been there. And if they were not the ones who made contact with you, then I find it safe to say that they do not wish you to know they were there.
Well, if that is what you think would be best, we can send back a diplomatic ship with more appropriate accommodations to your peoples when you're ready.
That would probably be wise, Commander.
Very well. Should I bring Suzanne back to the planet, or would you be willing to bring her back there yourself?
That is a decision she must make. If she decides to stay or return, if she decides to stay on board your vessel, then we would inform her family that she has decided to leave and, shall we say, follow her dream.
And Regev looks over at Susan. So what'll it be?
Basically, she looks back and says, well, I've always wanted to see what's out there. And there's not really a place for me back home. Perhaps a vacation is in order.
We can take you back to our station. From there, you can determine what you'd like to do, if that's what you want to do.
Are there other people out here like me?
In the Federation, and he starts looking up on the computer. Yes, there are a couple hundred people that are like you throughout the Federation.
And in that case, I would enjoy to meet them and speak with them.
Yeah, and I assume Namar is just standing next to the captain during all this too.
Yeah.
Very well, Captain. We will be taking her with us. Are you sure you don't want our engineer to fix anything else?
No, Commander. My engineer reports back that our engines are operating even more efficiently than before. Based upon the 30 minutes that your engineer was here, he managed to improve it more than we ever could have dreamed of.
Well, I'm
Upon
sure.
hearing that, I'll say thank you. That's the quality of Starfleet training.
Doris also just gonna grin slightly to himself.
Well, the Federation is next door to you. If your people's desire to extend out to the stars, you know where to find us. And he looks over to Ops. Or actually, no, he just hits his comm badge. Wanted to beam over from the ship.
And Namar is returned to you, and during this time, the captain of the other vessel goes, Commander, perhaps in the future, I do not believe our people are quite ready yet.
As you wish. And he ends transmission.
Alright, and with that, I will call an end to the episode titled New Friends.